Actually, I'm proud of him. And I only put my time in kids that really work hard, and he earned it. He earned it, really. I come here every day, he's here, works hard. He doesn't ask me, oh, it's too big. He sparks with whoever I tell him, and that's how I did it with my boys. I got him on the right path. God willingly, I always say God willingly, he's gonna be a world champion.
Hi, my name is Angel Serrato, and I'm 19 years old from West Laco, Texas. And I train at Panteras Boxing Gym, and I've been here for two and a half years, going to 3 years already.
How's it going, Angel? How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
When you hear the word boxing, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind is my dad, I'd say.
And explain on that. Why does that come to your mind when you see boxing?
Cause actually I've heard from boxing because of my dad and my siblings. They would come here when they were younger, and actually at this gym, at Panteras Boxing Gym, they would come train here. And well, I was young at the moment. I was kind of real embarrassed and shy to like continue to train with them. I'd come every now and then just to spar, but I was never really training. Although I enjoyed the sport, but like my father was like a boxing fanatic. He liked watching the fights and stuff. And he had passed away in 2015. So from then on, I kind of always had like an itch to like join it because of him. Because he would always like try to push me to it, but I was kind of small, so I didn't really bother. But as I got older, I've been wanting to get into this, but I didn't have a ride or something because my family would be busy, with work. So as I got older, I was able to bring myself, and through discipline and stuff, I was able to get like help from Omar and Mike to continue my love for the sport since my dad passed away in 2015. And I was like, after that, I came to join the sport. I kind of like to put out what he wanted. He wanted to see like his son, like, my son's gonna be the next champ, or he's gonna be this and that. And like my oldest brother kind of fell short because of life, like we didn't really have much, so they had to like work for now, and they couldn't really push it off to the side. But I'm blessed to have like a supportive team and a supportive family to like kind of support me, obviously, right, to do what I want to do. So right now, I kind of just come do boxing day in, day out, and just hope for something.
My next question was going to be, why do you box? And you pretty much
I answered it all, wasn't
answered
it?
it all right there. I mean, great work, man. Who's your favorite current boxer right now?
My favorite, I'd probably say Bam, actually, from his technique. Bam or Canelo, obviously, right, pound for pound, but I do enjoy watching Bam for his technique. Like, he's real technical when it comes to it. Not really a slugger, not brawler, just IQ.
And past boxers, who is your favorite boxer?
Oh, past of all time, I'd say Muhammad. That one hands down. I aspire to be something like that. Not to be identical to him, but to carry the confidence and morality. Is that the word, or like just the way he carries himself, like respectful. Yeah, when it's time to do stuff, it's time to do stuff, and that's how I try to carry myself.
So if you were not a professional fighter, or if you were not a fighter, a boxer, nothing like that, what sport would you be doing?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I'd probably do, I don't know. I was thinking of soccer at one point, but to be honest, nothing. Boxing was the only thing that I was attracted to. Like, it was like a magnet.
When you're not boxing, what are your hobbies you do to clear the mind?
Sleep. Sleep. I'd probably say sleep. Nah, I would game up back then, but I've been so attached to boxing that I don't really like it was a hobby back then, gaming. But as I got into boxing, I kind of just stick to that. And when I'm not boxing, I'm resting, sleeping, or with my girlfriend and family. But other than that, I'm always here and just boxing.
Who would you say is some of your biggest supporters right now in your boxing career?
My biggest supporters. Oh, I'd say my family, my brothers, my mom. They've all supported me through it. They, bought me stuff like this. Mike actually bought me this shorts, what I'm wearing currently. But I've been supported through my coaches, my gym, my friends, and family. I'm really blessed to have a supportive family in this, so I can't really just pick one. It's a big base.
Is there ever times where you feel like you don't really want to box? I mean, because it's hard to stay committed to so long.
Actually, there was one point where I was doing a weight cut, and I kind of held it off too much to the end, to the point where I had to like cut a lot of weight. And that did cross my mind because of like I had no food in the system, and it was kind of like a depressing time. But I had my brother at that time. I told him about it and see what he said. And he's like, "This is part of the weight cut, and it's not really you talking." So I ate an apple actually. I ate an apple that time, and do that changed my whole mood, and I just fell in love with the sport again. So there's some tough times, but you gotta have some grit.
Yeah. How does it? Do you feel any added pressure, being that you train out of a gym that has produced 2 world champions?
Pressure, sometimes, but with the confidence my coach gives me and the sparring and the training and everything he backs me up in, he talks very highly of me. So like it gives me confidence. Not really. I don't get. I don't feel pressure. What I'm trying to say. I don't get pressure. I kind of feel like okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I feel good. And I feel like we can be the third one.
And given that there are 2 world champions that are produced here, do you work with them at all? And who are the world champions that I'm speaking of?
I've worked with Brandon Figueroa. I recently last year or this year actually, no last year. I was in camp with him for his Fulton fight. I was there for 2 months in Las Vegas with him, and I got very good work with professionals there while I was there.
Was that your first time ever being in a professional fight camp?
Yes, that was my very first time, and it was an experience for sure.
What was the worst experience that you had of that,
The worst experience,
or the hardest experience? What was the toughest?
hardest, the hardest experience was being there for so long. I've been here for a while, but like when it was a camp, like it gave me a different perspective on how camp really is. Like you got to be here day in and all the way till night.
Was that the first time you've been away from home?
Yes, yes, alone, yes, first time.
What would you miss the most?
I miss my family, my brothers,
And who did you miss the most?
Ooh, well, that's a tricky question. We can't answer that, man. We gotta say all of them.
We can leave that one unanswered.
We can leave that one to your mind, whatever y'all prefer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about your pro debut. Are you excited, or what are you looking most forward to?
My professional debut. I'm excited to drop this weight. I'm kind of have a little bit of weight on, and I got a little too excited. But I'm excited to cut down and go back to being in fight shape and showing to the world that what we're capable of creating here in Panteras Boxing Gym.
What weight are you going to be fighting at?
I will be fighting at 132 pounds.
132. Is that what you normally fight in the amateurs?
Yes, it's my amateur fight.
Well, how many pounds do you typically cut in a camp? Or how many are you planning to cut?
Right now, I'm planning on cutting like 15 pounds. Not bad.
No, not too much.
Not too much. By the time it's fight month, I just want to cut 3 pounds. So I'm gonna do all the hard work right now. So when it comes to fight week, I just have like very little to cut.
So if you could describe your fighting style, how would you describe it? And then who would you say you fight most like? So first, describe your fighting style.
My fighting style, aggressive, but technical. My fighting style is aggressive. It's entertaining for the fans, that's for sure. I love entertaining, people watching me spar. Or when it comes to amateur fights, like I love hearing the crowd go woo, like excited. And that's the type of fighter I want to be. I don't want to be the boring fighter where like, oh my God, nothing happened, So I'd say I'm a technical, aggressive fighter. But when it comes to defensive, I also am capable of that.
So who would you say that if you had to compare yourself to a boxer, who would you say you would compare yourself to?
I say Marvin Hagler, because he has kind of a similar style of me. I have a similar style of that, but he was very disciplined and stuff. So I'd say Marvin Hagler.
Angel, I've seen you spar several times. A lot of pros, a lot of amateurs. Everybody that I talk to says the same thing about you. He's humble, he's respectful, he's a good kid. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about you. Where does this come from, and You know how? Tell me how. Where did you get this
The
from?
humbleness, I'd say it comes from my mom, my father, and my brothers. You know, we were never really known for being like cocky or like speaking more than you're supposed to. You kind of just stay in your lane, but like always be respectful. You know, like regardless of what happened in the scenario, it's always be respectful. And also with Omar, he's really big on that, being respectful and polite. Like you know, there's no bad blood here. No, and actually, I would also say I never like I never hold grudges or like be like, oh, like screw this guy, screw that. Because like going back to my father, you know, like once I lost him, I kind of like realized that it's really short life, you know, like you can't really leave on a bad term, you know, you can't be like, how do I explain it? Yeah, you can't leave on like on a bad thing, you know, always got to keep it like, at the end of the day, we did what we did, but we still got to be nice, you know. So I'd say that.
What are you looking forward to most in this fight? You think of the walkouts, the actual fighting,
I'm looking to
eating after?
Oh, well, now I haven't really like, I'm not really craving nothing, which is good. So I'm not really focused on eating. Maybe as we get closer, I'll probably be excited for that. But right now, I'm focused on performing, giving the fans what they want to see, just entertaining them. I don't want to leave them bored. You know, I want to give them. I want them their money to be worth it. You know, what they're spending.
Is there anything that you want to tell your fans what they can expect out of you July 26th?
For sure, expect aggressiveness. I'll be there. I'm not gonna be sloppy though, but I expect entertainment. I will be throwing punches there. I'll be throwing punches.
What do you anything you want to reveal about your game plan? You thinking you going for the knockout? You gonna be patient?
Whatever happens, you just gotta be patient. I can't really. You can set stuff up, but you can't force it. So for now, we're just gonna play day by day, and whatever I see open now, that's what I go for.